If you're a local service business, you've probably made this compromise due to budgets before. You said, hey, look, I know I need to market and advertise, so I'm going to go with either Google Ads or Facebook. Because most service businesses aren't running both wide open, Google and Meta. And even when they are rarely profitable. We get a lot of calls about Google Ads and Facebook. And if they're a small local service business, the common theme is usually, which one should I be on and how much should we be spending? Got a beautiful day here in Charlotte. We're on a nice brisk walk with the dogs. Thought this would be a great opportunity to go over a checklist that should guide you to the right one for your situation. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Unless you have $150 a day at least. If you're a lawyer doing personal injury, you need 5 times that per day. This is gonna apply to 99% of other businesses. So you've got your $150 a day, you can do 2 platforms. Anything less, you've gotta pick one. The main difference between the two is super simple. You're free, boys. On Google, you are actively reaching for people who are thinking about your service and are researching right now. On Meta, Facebook, and Instagram, you are getting in front of people who also need your service, but they're not thinking about it. So this is a great way to get your brand top of mind. And those trade-offs are reflected in what you pay to the platforms. Google Ads is more expensive per click than Facebook and Instagram. So when picking the platform that's right for you, first understand that Google is a much more competitive landscape. I don't mean by the amount of businesses on there or how expensive it is. I mean, for you to earn the business of somebody who clicks on a Google ad, you need to have way more things in place to be competitive. Is your website super killer? And look at it objectively. Does it look like a modern experience that people will expect? Or is your website trapped in 2015, 2018 era design and functionality? Do you offer easy ways for people to communicate with you on the website? Not like some BS form, but a live chat or the ability to text a team member right from the website. Do you have video on that website? If your answer is a hell no to a lot of these, Google Ads is not the right place for you, because that's what somebody expects when they click an ad for the service they're actively looking for. With Facebook and Instagram, they have other options that don't even require you to have a website, which are super powerful. I mean, we all use Messenger. Messenger is a money-making machine for service businesses. If your website doesn't meet that criteria, you're just not going to close enough business through Google Ads to justify the cost. Facebook and Instagram have tools to reach your local community and engage with them in a meaningful way that'll turn into booked appointments and close business without having a website. They're excellent for this. But one strength you need to have to utilize these services from Facebook and Instagram to be super effective is, can you communicate what you do through a really cool before and after photo or video? Businesses that would do outstanding in this category are salons, mobile detailing centers, handyman services. You get my drift. For the spend, Meta is a way faster 2-lead platform than Google all day long. If you have the right infrastructure in place, Google's leads are higher quality, ready to buy now. But with Facebook, you can have a larger volume of people who are thinking about the service and starting that communication early for much cheaper. My next question, do you offer emergency services as your primary revenue generator? Services like 24-hour emergency tow truck driving, after-hours vet, emergency plumbing. The reality is Google's the only tool to be using in these situations. If you're running these ads on Facebook and by chance your ad lined up emergency water restoration with somebody who needs it right there in that minute, you are so lucky. You should be playing your numbers that night. Next consideration, the learning curve. Facebook, no doubt, has a much better go-to-market platform than Google Ads. You can get ads going and rolling and be effective at it way faster than Google Ads. If you truly know how to fine-tune Google and you're not looking to start an agency, it's truly a remarkable vehicle to get high-quality leads. But it is so damn complicated that the barrier to entry is true education on it. I know both platforms can do exceptionally well for a business, whether they're used in tandem, which is optimal, or if you're using one versus the other. But truly the shame of it is how complicated everything has become for the average business owner to just promote their services. The truth is, without the experience, you're going to lose more often than you win. Unless somebody knows better, these are the only 2 ways I know how to reduce your risk. Number 1, hire a really good agency. I'm going to tell you right now, for most small service-based businesses, unless you're spending at least $2,000 a month on this agency, they're basically going to know just a little more than you. I'm telling you. It's not just about the bells and the whistles and the features and the settings. It's about good business practices. It's about understanding how businesses are viewed by customer base. It's understanding conversion rate optimization. It's understanding analytics, truly understanding how analytics could benefit a business. There's so many elements to an agency that, sure, they're a dime a dozen, but the right ones, man, you're going to pay through the nose for it, I assure you. And what will feel like a really big expense up front pays off in the long run with high quality agencies. But I know those are out of the reach for 99% of small service businesses. Number 2, buy a course. And I really mean purchase a course on the platform that you need to market on. You can go through the YouTube route, and there's some great YouTubers out there, and they often end up selling their own courses too. The free content will only get you so far. The paid content has so much more depth to it. Understanding the deep, wide nature of how advertising works online has way more benefit. But it does take a lot more time learning. My advice for a good course is make sure it was recorded within the last 12 months. So many things change in online advertising. And then dedicate 2 to 3 hours every single month on keeping up to date with all of the changes on those platforms and best practices. To recap, if you're a service business that has a modern web experience, like your website looks good, you have video on your site, and you have ways that people can communicate with you, like online chat, or you offer 24/7 emergency services, Google Ads is actually a really good option for high quality leads. If you haven't invested in updating your site in the last few years, or you don't promote 24/7 emergency services, and the service that you do provide, you can do really good before and after photo videos, Facebook and Instagram are actually a killer option. My main takeaway for you is don't let anybody try to sell you that you can just flip a switch and it'll work, because it often doesn't. And more importantly, if they're offering a service to you for just a few $100s that they can flip a switch and it'll work, I can guarantee that it won't. I'm going to go really deep and wide on this topic in February because I see so many service businesses getting hosed here. But for now, I'm going to go home and watch a little TV, and I'll see you all tomorrow.